Hi everybody. I wanted to take a few minutes to sit down and talk to you. Not as a teacher or as a performer, but as a person. 2025 has been probably one of the hardest, most unstable years in my life. I have been through a lot of change, a lot of effort, a lot of lessons that I didn't expect to learn. And while I usually prefer to keep this on the personal side, I think there is value in sharing, because we all go through difficult times and difficult seasons, and sometimes it does help to reflect together. I'm mostly sharing this for myself, because putting these thoughts into words helps me process everything. And making it on the video, it keeps me accountable for what I want to change in 2026. So today I want to share with you the lessons that 2025 taught me as a musician and as a human being. So moving to Belgium has been like a huge challenge. I came here wanting to build something stable, a home, a routine, a base for my work really. But this year felt like a constant test. There were so many things going wrong all the time, from big and small. Lots of frustrations. And it did keep breaking absolutely my flow. And I fought for a long time to make it work, to hold everything together, but eventually I realized that some things are just not up to you. It really doesn't matter how disciplined and committed one is. If the circumstances around you keep shifting, sometimes it becomes impossible to build something steady. So this year I had to learn where to draw the line in between fighting for something and letting go. So for me, letting go doesn't mean I'm giving up. It means protecting my peace when the cost of control becomes just too high. So that lesson was painful, but that brought me a lot of clarity. Still, there was one thing that I should have protected better, which is my connection with the guitar. So this year, my practice routine absolutely disappeared. Like there were months where I barely played, or where I picked the guitar and just to touch it without any direction of focus. And my mind was way too busy trying to solve everything else around. All the practical and bureaucratical problems and all the constant changes. And I kept telling myself like there is no point in starting a piece now, because in 2 days I'll have to stop again. I couldn't keep any real consistency, so I had to drop a few concerts because I was just not able to have my mind in the right place. But what I didn't understand at that time was that I didn't need a perfect routine. Like even 10 or 15 minutes a day would have been enough. Probably not to hold the concerts, but just to keep that sacred space. To tune the guitar, to play a few lines and just breathe. That keeps you connected to who you are. And I didn't do that this year. And I have absolutely felt the consequences, not only technically, but also emotionally. Because when you lose that connection, it's not just about the skill. It's like you lose a piece of your identity. So for the next year, no matter what, no matter the difficulties, I want to rebuild a small daily moment to make sure that no matter how busy or messy life gets, I still touch the guitar. Because a simple, small routine that you can keep will always take you further than a perfect routine that you can't maintain. Ironically, while I completely lost my musical routine, I managed to protect another one, my fitness training, which I started in the beginning of the year. And it's funny because for years I tried to be consistent with workouts and I always dropped out after a few months. But at the beginning of this year, I finally found a rhythm and stuck with it. I guess because training has become like my quiet time. I go outside with Ragnar, with my dog. I move, I breathe, and that has been like my anchor. I feel healthier, I feel stronger, and more in tune with my body. And what I have learned from this transformation in body or in music, it just takes time. Like losing fat or building muscle, finding conditioning, it just doesn't happen in a few weeks. It takes months and months of patience. And so the same goes for rebuilding like musical form. You can't rush it. It's about showing up every day, little by little, and trusting the process. So this year taught me the power of small routines, the things that look insignificant, but that over time, they do change everything. This year I realized that protecting what matters isn't just about defending it from the outside. It's about creating the space for it to exist. And I'm proud that I protected my work. Even through chaos, I focused on improving the academy. We added lots of new features, we built new programs, we launched a roadmap, which is something that I'm really happy about. Because the roadmap gives students like very small focused routines, daily exercises that help them move forward, even when life is absolutely hectic. And I wanted to create something for you that I wish I had created for myself this year. A steady plan where everything else feels unstable. So yes, I protected my work, but I didn't protect my music. Because to make music, you need emotional space. And this year it was just too heavy, it was just too tired, just too stressed, all the time. My brain was always solving problems, managing tasks, surviving. And when you live like that for too long, inspiration really disappears. One of the biggest changes this year has come from Ragnar, my boxer dog. He's been my mirror. I noticed that when I'm calm, he's calm. When I'm tense, he immediately feels it and he gets like restless and unsettled. It really made me realize how much our energy affects everything around us. So now when I see him uneasy, I take it as a sign that I need to slow down. It's like he's training me back. And that's something that I really needed. Because I spent years being the one who holds everything together, who fixes things, who carries the weights of others. But this year taught me that sometimes you have to protect yourself first. So about a year and a half ago, Ragnar got diagnosed with IBD. That's an inflammatory bowel disease. So that means that anything that would enter in his system would cause a reaction and he would either vomit or have very bad diarrhea. And that made that his body was not absorbing any nutrients whatsoever. So no matter how much he ate and what he ate, he was just getting skinnier. And it's a difficult disease because every dog is different, every system reacts different to the same thing, so there is not one type of road that you can trust. So there has been a lot of trial and error, a lot of analyzing. I've gone to countless vets and specialists and nutritionists to gather all the knowledge that I could find to make sense of how he was reacting to every different substance. And slowly I managed to find a way to restore his gut health, so much so that now he doesn't need medications anymore, he's on a good weight, he's happy, he's a normal dog. But that was one hell of a fight, because at some point in this journey, he was so skinny, I thought I would lose him. So he even had to have a gastrointestinal tube to make sure that we could put some food into his stomach. And those who know me, probably mostly from the Instagram where I just put stories of him all the time, they know that he's my dream dog. I dreamt to have him since I was a child, and I will do everything in my power and resources to keep him healthy and happy. But obviously it's painful to see a being that you love so much and that loves you back so much struggle every single day. And that journey taught me patience and determination, but also the importance of choosing your battles. Some fights are worth giving everything for. Others, no matter how much you give, are simply not yours to win. So these are the lessons that 2025 has left me with. You can't control everything. Hold on to your core routines, what defines you. Value the small, consistent habits that keep you grounded. And protect what truly matters. By the time you watch this video, I will probably have already left Belgium. It's been a very difficult place to navigate for my kind of work, even though the studio is absolutely gorgeous. but I'm happy I've made my decision to move on. Because sometimes the right path is the one that scares us the most. And I feel I'm not just closing a chapter, I'm closing like an entire book. And now I finally get to rewrite a new one. So I'm not really afraid of change, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just ready for calm and steadiness and peace and I guess a fresh start. 2026 will be probably a transition year for me. My goal is to rebuild, to find routine, to create space for music again, to feel free, and maybe just even get bored, because boredom means stability, and I haven't had that in years. So I'm very grateful for what I have managed to hold on to, my work, my students, my community, even my fitness, and of course my dog's health. But I also see clearly what I've lost and I'm ready to rebuild it. So thank you for being here and for following and for listening and for your kind words always through the social media. I wish you a peaceful and steady start of 2026. And may it be the year where we all find a bit of balance again.